ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Continuation to the last class, that is the triad system. Then what is the meaning of the triad system means? Tri means three, means three structures together constitute a system, that is said to be as the triad system. Then what are the three structures means? Just assume this is the mammalian sarcocyte. This is the mammalian sarcocyte. In mammalian sarcocyte, this is said to be as the sarcolemma. Membrane which is present in the sarcocyte is said to be as the sarcolemma. Again, this is said to be as the sarcoplasm. In the sarcoplasm, fibers which are present, these fibers are said to be as the myofibril. These are said to be as the myofibril. Means in the sarcoplasm, parallelly running filaments which may be present, that filaments are said to be as the myofibril. Definitely in the myofibril, alternatively A and I bands are present. Definitely this is the A band, this is the I band. Again in the case of the I band, centrally whatever the line which is present, that is said to be as the Z line. So definitely in mammalian sarcocyte, this is the junction between the A and I band. This is the A band, this is the I band. This is the junction. In mammalian sarcocyte, sarcolemma is invaginated into the sarcoplasm to form a tube, that is said to be as the T-tubule. T means transverse. T means transverse tubule. Definitely this is the transverse angle. Sarcolemma is invaginated. Sarcolemma is invaginated or gets moves towards the sarcoplasm at the junction between the A and I band. That kind of the tubule is said to be as the T-tubule. On either side of the T-tubule, sarcoplasmic reticulum which is present. That sarcoplasmic reticulum shows the infolding to gets form a structure that is said to be as the cisternae. Definitely on either side of the T-tubule, sarcoplasmic reticulum which is present, that shows the infolding to form a specialized structure that is said to be as the cisternae. Definitely these two cisternae, one T-tubule together form the triad system. Tri means three. What are the three structures here? Two cisternae, one T-tubule. Two cisternae, one T-tubule together constitute triad system. Definitely in the case of the mammalian muscle, in the case of the mammalian sarcocyte,
This sarcolemma is invaginated at the junction between the A and I. That tube is said to be as the T-tubule. On either side of the T-tubule, whatever the sarcoplasmic reticulum which is present, that shows the infolding to gets form a specialized structures. They are said to be as the cisternae. One T-tubule and either side of the cisternaes, both of them together, and finally form the triad system. That is said to be as the triad system. But in the case of the non-mammalian, vertebrates, this T-tubule gets formed at the Z line. Just assume this is the sarcocyte, this is the myofibril, this is the A band, this is said to be as the A band, this is the I band, this is the Z line. This is the Z line. In the case of the non-mammalian vertebrates, T-tubule formation is taken place at Z line, but in the case of the mammalian vertebrates, T-tubule formation is taken place at the junction between the A and I band. This is the slight difference. In the case of the mammalian individuals, T-tubule formation occurs at the junction between the A and I band, but in the case of the non-mammalian vertebrates, this T-tubule formation is taken place at Z line exactly. In that way, T-tubule is formed by the invagination of the sarcolemma. This T-tubule and either side cisternae together constitute the triad system. Again here question is that, here important question in the NEET examination point of view is that, how many number of triad systems are present, how many number of triad systems are present in a sarcomere of mammalian sarcocyte. Question is that, how many number of the triad systems are present in a sarcomere of mammalian sarcocyte? Definitely when we observe the mammalian sarcomere, just assume this is the myofibril of mammalian sarcocyte. In this case, this is the A band, this is the I band, again this is the A band, this is the I band, this is the I band, again in the I band this is said to be as the Z line, this is the Z line, this is one Z line, this is the one Z line. Between the two successive Z lines, whatever the length of the myofibril which is present, that is said to be as the sarcomere. Definitely from this onwards to this entire length of the myofibril is said to be as the sarcomere. So definitely in the sarcomere, this is the, just assume, this is the AI junction, here one triad system is formed. Definitely this is the T tubule, this is the either side of the cisternae. This is the either side of the cisternae, or just assume this is the AI junction. This is the A band, this is the I band. Definitely here one T tubule gets formed. This is the cisternae, this is the cisternae. Means definitely between the AI band one triad system is formed here. Similarly, this is the A band, this is the I band, this is the junction. Here also another triad system is formed here. Means in the case of the mammalian muscle, T tubule is formed at the junction between the I and A band or AI band. Means between, this is the junction between the A and I band. Here one triad system is formed. Here also this is the junction between the A and I band. So that only here also one triad system is formed. Totally, how many number of the triad systems are formed in a sarcomere of mammalian sarcocyte? Means that is 2. Definitely in the case of the mammalian muscle, T tubule formation is occurs at junction between A and I band. So definitely this is the junction between the I and A band. This is the junction between the A and I band. Here one triad system, here another triad system is formed. Totally they are 2 in number. Next to motor unit. Next one is the motor unit. What is the meaning of the motor unit? What is the definition of the motor unit? Means, just assume this is the one motor neuron. This is the one motor neuron. Again, these are the telodendrites. Definitely this entire is the motor neuron. In the motor neuron, this is the cyton. This is the axon. These are telodendrites. These are the telodendrites. Definitely this telodendrite is terminated on one sarcocyte like this. This telodendrite is terminated on another sarcocyte. This telodendrite is terminated on another sarcocyte. This terminated on another sarcocyte. This is also terminated on another sarcocyte. Means a single motor neuron can be process motor information for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sarcocytes at a time. Definitely this single motor neuron is able to pass the motor information to this 6 sarcocytes at a time. This 6 sarcocytes and this single motor neuron together called as motor unit. Means motor unit nothing but the single motor neuron and its innervated sarcocytes together constitute motor unit. Definitely this single motor neuron can passes its telodendrites to 6 sarcocytes. 6 sarcocytes receives telodendrites from this kind of the motor neuron. By that way 6 sarcocytes at a time receive motor information from the single motor neuron. This single motor neuron along with this 6 sarcocytes together constitute the motor unit. Means what I am saying here, that a single motor neuron along with its innervated sarcocytes together constitute the motor unit. Again, definitely the space which is present between the sarcocyte and telodendrite, this space is said to be as the neuromuscular junction or motor end plate. This is also called as the motor end plate. This is said to be as the motor end plate. What is the neuromuscular junction or the motor end plate means? The space which is present between the telodendrite and the sarcocyte, the space which is present between the telodendrite and the sarcocyte, that space is said to be as the neuromuscular junction or motor end plate. So definitely into the neuromuscular junction, what is the neurotransmitter which is released by the telodendrites means acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is neurotransmitter, that is the one type of the chemical substance that principally transfer the information from the telodendrite to the sarcocyte for getting the muscle contraction. Definitely this acetylcholine is one chemical substance that is principally useful for transferring of information from the telodendrite to sarcocyte for getting the beginning of the initiation of the muscle contraction. So that only acetylcholine is said to be as the neurotransmitter. Neuro means nerve information. Transmitter means a transfer. Definitely acetylcholine always transfer the nerve information from the telodendrite to the sarcocyte for getting the beginning of the muscle contraction. So that only acetylcholine is said to be as the neurotransmitter. This is the motor unit. Next to mechanism of muscle contraction. Next one is the mechanism of muscle contraction. Next one is the mechanism of muscle contraction. So very important in objective as well as in IP examination point of view also. So mechanism of muscle contraction means how the muscle is initiate the contraction, what are the steps which are involved in the mechanism of the muscle contraction. Means before going to that, to betterly explain the mechanism of the muscle contraction, what is the well-known theory which was proposed means, that is the sliding filament theory. Sliding filament theory. This theory was proposed by Hansen and Huxley. These two scientists proposed this sliding filament theory to betterly explain the mechanism of muscle contraction. To betterly explain the mechanism of the muscle contraction, Hansen Huxley proposed a theory that is said to be as the sliding filament theory. As per them, thin filaments slides over the thick filament, by that way only muscle gets contracted. Means as per this theory, just assume these are the thick filaments, these are the thin filament. As per them, thin filaments slides over the thick filament like this towards the H zone. By that way finally muscle gets contracted. So that is said to be as the sliding filament theory. Sliding means slides, moves. What kind of the filaments are gets moves on what kind of the filament means? Thin filaments are slides or moves over the thick filament towards the H zone. By that way only muscle gets contracted. That is the main theme of the sliding filament theory. Again, what are the principal steps in the mechanism of muscle contraction means? One is the excitation of muscle. The principal steps which may be in mechanism of muscle contraction are: first step, excitation of muscle; second step, cross bridge formation is the second step. Third step is the Power stroke. Fourth step is the recovery stroke. Fifth step is relaxation of muscle. Relaxation of muscle. Definitely, to betterly explain the mechanism of muscle contraction, we must be read 5 steps. One is the excitation of muscle, second cross bridge formation, third power stroke, fourth recovery stroke, fifth relaxation of muscle. Then the first step is the excitation of muscle. Means how the muscle gets ready for muscle contraction. How the muscle gets ready for muscle contraction is said to be as the excitation of muscle. Definitely, how the muscle becomes excitable for, how the muscle gets ready for muscle contraction means, at first from central nervous system, motor information is conducted to motor neuron. At first from the central nervous system, that is brain. From the brain, motor information is conducted to the motor neuron. Later through the motor neuron, that motor information is conducted to the sarcolemma through neuromuscular junction. Just assume this is the telodendrite. Between the sarcocyte and telodendrite, whatever the space which is present, that space is said to be as the neuromuscular junction. Definitely, whenever the motor information from the central nervous system is conducted to the motor neuron, through the motor neuron that information is reaches to the telodendrite. By that way, from the telodendrite, acetylcholine is releases into the neuromuscular junction. Later acetylcholine reaches to the or attaches to the sarcolemma. Definitely in the excitation of the muscle, at first from the central nervous system motor information is conducted to the motor neuron. From the motor neuron that information is reaches to the telodendrite. In response to that motor information from the telodendrites, acetylcholine is releases into the neuromuscular junction. This is said to be as the neuromuscular junction. Later ACH or acetylcholine attaches to the sarcolemma. This is said to be as the sarcolemma. Then immediately in sarcolemma, depolarization is occurs. Depolarization nothing but generation of the nerve impulse, generation of the action potential, generation of the nerve information is nothing but depolarization. Definitely in response to the ACH, in the sarcolemma depolarization is occurs. That means action potential generation is taken place. That means nerve information is gets generated. This depolarization or nerve information later reaches to the T tubule. This is said to be as the T tubule. Later reaches to the T tubule. Again from the T tubule that will be conducted to the either side of the cisternae. At first in response to the ACH in the sarcolemma depolarization is occurs. That means nerve information is generated. That nerve information later reaches to the T tubule. From the T tubule that is reaches to the cisternae. By that way from the cisternae, calcium plus 2 ions are releases into the sarcoplasm. Whenever the nerve information that is the depolarization is reaches to the cisternae, in response to that nerve information from the cisternae calcium plus 2 ions are releases into the sarcoplasm. Later that calcium plus 2 ions diffuses into the myofibril. This calcium plus 2 ions are diffuses into the myofibril, specifically into the I band. Specifically into the I band, calcium plus 2 ions are gets diffuses. In I band, they combines with the TNC of troponin. Definitely inside of the I band, they combines with the TNC of troponin. Whenever the calcium plus 2 ions are attaches to the TNC of troponin, then in the presence of the calcium plus 2 ions, this TNC is pulls back. As a result of this, along with the TNC, TNT and tropomyosin is also moves away from the active sites. Definitely, in the presence of the calcium plus 2 ion, TNC is moves back or pulls back. By that way, along with the TNC, TNT, tropomyosin is moves away from the active sites. By that way, active sites are becomes free. They are gets ready for attaching with the head of the myosin for getting the beginning of the muscle contraction. In that way, from the central nervous system, at first motor information is generated. That will be finally leads to release of the calcium plus 2 ions from cisternae. Finally, calcium plus 2 ions are attaches to the TNC of troponin. By that way, TNC moves to back along with the TNT and trophomyosin. By that way, active sites of actin filament are becomes free. They exposes. By that way, head of the myosins are gets ready for combining with them. Excitation of muscle. From this onwards to this entire is said to be as the excitation of muscle. From the generation of motor information from the central nervous system to this active sites, if they are becomes free, up to that this is said to be as the excitation of muscle. Second step is the cross bridge formation. Second step is cross bridge formation. Then what is the cross bridge formation means? Just assume this is the I band, this is nothing but I band, again this is the Z line, this is the Z line, this is the I band, again this is the A band, this is the A band, again in the A band this is said to be as the H zone, this is said to be as the H zone, this is the M line, this is the midline, again in this side this is again I band, again this is the Z line. Definitely in the case of the I band, what kind of the filaments are present? Thin filaments are present. In the thin filament, this is said to be as the active site. This is the thick filament. On the thick filament, what are present? Head of the myosins. Like that, these are the head of the myosins. Definitely on the thick filament, head of the myosins are present. Again, this is the thin filament of this side. Again on the thin filament, again here also what are present? Active sites. These are said to be as the active site. Definitely these are the active sites of thin filament. These are active sites of thin filament. These are the active sites of thin filament. Here also these are the active sites of thin filament. So whenever the calcium plus 2 ions are attached to the TNC of thin filament, whenever the calcium plus 2 ions are attached to the TNC of thin filament, then TNC in the presence of the calcium plus 2 ions moves to back. Along with the TNT, this trophomyosin is also moves away from that kind of the active sites. In absence of the calcium plus 2 ions, these active sites are covered with the trophomyosin like this. In absence of the calcium plus 2 ions, active sites are covered with the trophomyosin like this. But in the presence of the calcium plus 2 ion, this trophomyosin is completely moved away from active sites like this. Definitely just assume this is the TNC, this is the TNT, this is trophomyosin. Definitely whenever the calcium plus 2 ions are attached to the TNC moves to back. During that, TNT and trophomyosin is also moves away from the active sites. By that way, active sites are becomes free. Definitely after becoming active sites as the free, this head of the myosin is combines with is combines with the active site like this. Definitely after becoming this active sites free, head of the myosin is becomes elongated, that is combines with the active site, that is said to be as the cross bridge formation. Attachment of head of the myosin with the active site, attachment of the head of the myosin with the active site is said to be as the cross bridge formation. Definitely after excitation of muscle, before the cross bridge formation, what are the changes which are occurs in the head of the myosin? Just before the attachment of the head of the myosin with the active site, what are the changes which may be occurs in the head of the myosin? Means at first in the head of the myosin, ATP which is present is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PI. Definitely after excitation of the muscle, before cross bridge formation nothing but just assume this is the active site, this is the head of the myosin. If head of the myosin is attached to the active site, then that is said to be as the cross bridge formation. So definitely after excitation of the muscle before the cross bridge formation, what are the steps which are occurs in the head of the myosin, what are the changes which are occurs in the head of the myosin? Means ATP which is present in the head of the myosin is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PI in the presence of ATPase. In the presence of the ATPase enzyme, in head of the myosin, ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PI. Next, first conformational change. Second one is the conformational change. What is the meaning of the conformational change? Means structural change is occurs in the head of the myosin. Definitely after excitation of muscle before cross bridge formation, two principal changes are occurs in the head of the myosin. One is the ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PA in the presence of ATPase. Second conformational change means a structural change is occurs. What is the structural change means? Head of the myosin is becomes elongated. Before the cross bridge formation, definitely head of the myosin is like this. But whenever the ATP which is present in the head of the myosin is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PI, then this head of the myosin is becomes elongated like this. Head of the myosin is becomes elongated like this. Elongation of the head of the myosin is said to be as the conformational change. Conformational change. Definitely very important in the NEET examination point of view. What are the changes which are occurs? What are the steps which may be occurs after excitation of muscle before cross bridge formation? Means one is the ATP is hydrolyzed into ADP plus PA in the presence of ATPase. Second, conformational changes occurs in the head of the myosin. Conformational change nothing but elongation of the head of the myosin to exactly attaches to active site, corresponding active site. So that is the first step. Next, after completing the first conformational change in the head of the myosin, this head of the myosin is attaches to the corresponding active site. This is said to be as the corresponding active site. This is said to be as the cross bridge formation. Definitely whenever the head of the myosin is becomes elongated, that definitely attaches to the inner surface of the active site, that is said to be as the cross bridge formation. Attachment of the head of the myosin with the active site is said to be as the cross bridge formation. So after immediate cross bridge formation, before the power stroke, after immediate cross bridge formation, before the power stroke, what are the steps which are occurs? What are the steps which are occurs after the cross bridge formation before the power stroke in the head of the myosin? Means from the head of the myosin, inorganic phosphorus, that is the energy rich phosphorus, gets releases. Definitely from the head of the myosin, after immediate attachment of the head of the myosin with the active site, from the head of the myosin, energy rich phosphate is releases to the out. After releasing of energy rich phosphate from the head of the myosin, by utilizing that energy rich phosphate, head of the myosin forcefully pull thin filament towards the H zone. Just assume after combining head of the myosin with the active site, by utilizing this released inorganic phosphorus, this head of the myosin becomes straight like this. Just assume this is the active site, this is the head of the myosin. So whenever the head of the myosin is attached to the active site, immediately from the head of the myosin Pi is releases, energy rich phosphate is releases to the out. By utilizing that energy rich phosphate, this head of the myosin becomes straight like this. Head of the myosin becomes straight like this. As a result of this, active site is pulled to the forward. Active site is pulled to the forward. Just assume like this. Definitely head of the myosin becomes straight like this. Becomes straight like this. By that way, thin filament is pulled to the forward. In that way, by utilizing this energy rich phosphate, this head of the myosin pull this thin filament towards the H zone. So in that way, if this head of the myosin forcefully pull thin filament towards the H zone, then that is said to be as the power stroke. That is called as the power stroke. What is the power stroke means? Just assume after attachment of the head of the myosin with the active site, from the head of the myosin Pi is releases to the out. By utilizing that energy rich phosphate, that is the Pi, head of the myosin becomes straight like this. Head of the myosin becomes straight like this. During that, thin filament is pushed to the forward. Thin filament is pushed to the forward. Forward means towards the H zone. That is said to be as the power stroke.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.